Have you noticed how angry everyone seems lately? Short tempers, overreactions, people snapping over things that would have just rolled right off their backs before. And maybe you found yourself wondering, why does everything seem so charged right now? This video isn't about blaming anyone. It's about understanding what's underneath all the anger. Because once you see it clearly, then something inside of you can finally soften. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Carrie Stone, and this is Carry On, where we talk all things money, wellness, and mindset. And today, we're talking mindset because the level of anger I'm seeing all around us is not just unhealthy, but it pulls us completely out of living with purpose, passion, and peace. And you deserve better than that. Here's something that most people never really hear: anger is not a primary emotion, it's actually a protective response. Anger often shows up after fear, powerlessness, grief, shame, chronic stress, or a loss of meaning or a feeling of loss of control. Anger is what shows up when we don't feel safe enough to feel what's really there. Not long ago, I was seeing this in myself. I had suddenly become naggy and negative and angry, and I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. But when I sat with it and prayed and meditated about it, two things came to mind. One, I had stopped protecting my mind from what was going into it. And two, I was feeling unheard. And those two things combined created a little monster that I was really not proud of. And anger doesn't fix our problems, it just makes them worse because anger leads to shouting, and shouting leads to shutdown. And when the shutdown happens, you don't get the thing that you really needed. The fact is, we live under a high state of stress. And the problem with that is when you've lived in a high state of stress for a long time, you are in that constant fight and flight mode. And when that happens, the body starts to look for an outlet and the mind starts to look for a target. Anger can feel powerful in the moment. It can even feel clarifying. But here's the truth: anger feels strong, but often it's just covering up exhaustion. I don't know about you, but the times I get the angriest are the times I'm most tired. And I think so many people right now are just tired. So, why does it feel worse now? Why does it feel like we've never gone through a time like this before? Well, we're carrying a lot. We've had years, I'd say decades, of uncertainty. We have constant information overload between social media and 24-hour news cycles and 24/7 entertainment. We just have constant chaos offered to us on a plate every moment of the day. We've had a loss of real community, and that was just exasperated after 2020. We live faster lives, but we don't allow for any recovery time. And we have fewer places where it actually feels safe to land. I was thinking about how much entertainment has changed. My husband and I have been watching Touched by an Angel again. It's on Netflix right now. And when we first started dating, we were both separately watching that show, and it became a very special show for us. We would watch it with his parents and have popcorn and apples and cheese, and it was just a great memory we built around it. But as we're watching it, I've realized, like, wow, this show's old, which means we are really old. But like the film quality and even some of the things in the scenes, the computers, you can tell like how much things have advanced. But sadly, when that show was on, There were similar shows like it on TV. TV was a time to like get away from the world and find peace and laughter and joy. And my husband looked at me and said, "Do you think this show would make it today?" And I said, "Sadly, I don't think it would." Because now TV is just violence, fear, hatred, negativity. It's hard to find any good, like clean entertainment anymore, which is how we ended up going back and watching Touched by an Angel again. So you can't keep filling yourself with that kind of entertainment, that kind of negativity, and not get angry. We need to get back to times and shows that remind us of goodness and redemption and love and hope. And even the news is different now. The news used to deliver news, and now the news delivers the opinion of the news anchor. And so that is building more hatred and division and anger. Because what's that saying? If it bleeds, it leads. That's exactly what they want from you. But it wasn't that long ago that the news was on at 6 and 11. But now you can just be saturated with it every waking moment of every single day. That is so unhealthy. And look what it's breeding. We were never designed to process this much information or this much urgency and with this little rest that we get. So, what do we do instead? This isn't about pretending everything is fine. And it's definitely not about just being positive. It is about choosing differently. Here are some practical shifts that you can incorporate in your life. And I know you can because these are things that I have personally done and they have worked wonders. So the next time you see an article in a paper or a news story online or friends ranting about the latest thing that's happening or a riot here or somebody being killed over here, I want to encourage you to do these things. First of all, pause. Just stop. Give your nervous system a moment for you to just remind it it's safe. Just pause. And when you pause, breathe. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and then release. And let your exhale be longer than your inhale. That gives your nervous system a moment to calm. After you do that, get offline. Just get off of it. There's nothing you can do in that moment. So don't hurt yourself and your health by staying there in a place of anger. Stop feeding your mind with things that you can't change. And by all means, if there is something you can change, go out and change it. But don't do it in anger because I'm telling you, it won't help. Next, have someone you're accountable to. Recently I had to say to my husband, babe, you've shared this same story for about 10 years now. And every time you share it, you are just as emotional as when it first happened. In other words, babe, this isn't healthy for you to hold on to. You need to forgive, forget, and let it go because this is hurting you. And we all need people in our lives that can do that. I'm grateful when he does that for me too. But we need a friend or a partner or someone in our lives who says, hey, chill. Let's step back from this because having that accountability helps to keep us grounded. So don't isolate. Have someone who hears you and who isn't afraid to speak up when you're going off the rails. And then I encourage you to look for good on purpose. Like look for good in your life. Look for good around you in your community. Look for good in other people, and especially look for good in the angry people that you're running into because they need someone to see good in them. And then listen, really listen to people, even if they have differing opinions. Listen to them because when people feel heard, they soften. Be kind. It helps to regulate you and the people you're being kind to. And the world's just a better place when we choose to be kind. And then sometimes you've just got to know when to stay out of it. Years ago, when social media first became a big thing, I can remember jumping on news stories and articles and things that would come out, and I would be ranting on whatever the story was. And then after a while, I started realizing, you know, there's this quote I've always loved. It says, "There are two sides to every story, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth." Well, the thing is, I learned that news stories will just come out without all the facts. And if you just wait a little while, you get the other side of the story. And when you get both sides of the story, then finally, usually in the middle, you'll find what actually is the story. And I stopped responding to stories when they came out, and I started waiting to see what really happened. And I learned something through that. As I watched over the years, I realized the first story that comes out is never the story. It's never the story. And then when you start getting all the other sides, seeing the different angles from the different cameras and all the truths and the witnesses and all the facts that come out, you realize you just looked like a fool because you were all angry about something that you didn't need to be angry about. And when I stopped like jumping on stories when they first came out, first of all, I saved energy. I also cut a lot of stress out of my life. And I stopped looking like an idiot. It's like a win win all around, you know? So I encourage you, stay out of it unless there's something you can do about it. If your neighbor is hungry, feed them. If a house down the street from you has burnt down, help that family get the supplies they need. Help them find a place to stay. Give them your extras. Help them to find all that they need to start their lives over again. But if you're looking at a story, across the country and you can't do anything about it, why are you wasting so much energy on it? It doesn't help. And anger begets anger and hate begets hate. And sometimes you just got to step away from it and stay out of it. Let the story die down. Get all the facts before you start ranting. If you're going to choose to rant, I'm personally choosing not to rant, except about ranting, I guess. I guess I'm ranting about rant, but am I ranting? And as you're doing all these things, remember anger spreads fast, but so does calm. So spread calm and spread it fast. Boy, we need it. And while you're going through all of this, please choose your friends wisely. I always told my kids, you are the 5 people you spend the most time with. Be selective. Don't hang out with a bunch of angry people, or you will become an angry person. It's just a fact. And choose your entertainment wisely too. I'm telling you, I got a little laxed in that area, and I quickly saw the negatives of doing that. And I have pulled back, and I am being very selective on my entertainment. And I can't tell you how quickly it has changed my attitude, my view of life, my emotional wellness, everything. So choose your entertainment wisely. The world will always give you something to be angry about. The question is, will you fall for it or will you rise above it and choose to be a source of light, love, and hope instead. Here are 3 calming truths I want to leave with you today. You don't have to absorb other people's anger. Understanding it doesn't mean you have to carry it. You are allowed to choose a slower emotional pace. And I encourage that. Calm is not avoidance. It's actually a form of leadership. And regulation requires perspective. When you allow your body to settle, it allows your mind to widen. And who knows, in that settling of the body and the widening of the mind, maybe you'll find the answers to all of life's challenges that are making everybody so angry. Now, here is a simple grounding practice to help you the next time you get angry or the next time you're around somebody who's angry, because I don't know about you, but I find that incredibly stressful. Put your hand on your chest. I know I have a microphone there, so I don't want to pound on it. Put your hand on your chest. Take a deep breath and slowly exhale. This will help you to pause before you react. And after you've done this a few times, ask yourself, what is underneath all of this? Then take a few more breaths and wait for that answer. You will be amazed at how clear your mind will get by just taking the time to stop, pause, breathe, listen to yourself. Anger makes life feel small. Understanding makes life feel spacious again. When you can see what's really going on inside you and inside others, you don't have to live in reaction mode anymore. And that is where peace actually begins. If this video resonated with you, would you let me know in the comments below? I would love it if you hit that like and subscribe button and join my community here at Carrie On. And I just want you to know you're not alone in noticing how angry things have gotten. But that's what we focus on here, overcoming the challenges of life so we can live our purpose with passion. And if you want to learn more about how to find peace in stressful times, you will probably like this video right here. And until next time, stay calm, carry on.